This is Wicked Rhody, a wicked good podcast about Rhode Island events and life. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro. Thank you so much for joining us, tuning in on the podcast that was voted Best of Rhode Island for 2018, a year that is quickly waning away. Is that
Truly.
the right word?
Waning is the right word, yes.
Oh, good. I'm glad my education is showing through so proficiently. How's things in the Larson household?
Things have been fantastic. We've been gearing up for the season. I told you I was, pretty much done with whether it's our holiday decor, our holiday shopping. We've been baking up a storm, which is one of my favorite activities this time of year. So things are great. We're in a real jolly spirit over here. How about yourself?
We're hanging. We're good. We did some travel this past weekend. Had to go up to upstate New York to visit Susan's family. Mm-hmm. And that was a wonderful time. Got to see her niece, who is adorable, and it was great. We went to a Santa Claus thing where she lives. Carousels, merry-go-rounds, carousels are a huge part of the fabric of the community there. They have a bunch of them that, believe it or not, you can ride for free. It's a long history kind of story. Essentially, a guy gave an ongoing endowment, or a gift rather, that put these carousels up years ago, and the one condition was they will always be free for anybody in the town or people who visit who want to ride them. Obviously, kids, but the parents can go on as well. So we went with some friends with their kids, and it was colder inside the carousel than it was outside because it's tis the season. But yeah. But it was great. Had a wonderful time up there. But we got to talk about this Elf on the Shelf deal.
That we do, my friend.
So I don't have kids. We don't have children, so there is no elves to be put on shelves here.
You don't want to just do it for yourself?
No, I'm good. But the Holderness family have, once again, through their brilliance and their amazing mind, come up, and it's Penn who writes all the stuff, the dad. He's the one who did the Christmas Jammy videos over the past couple of years. He's done a bunch of other stuff. Parody music. He left broadcast television to create this life online, much like you and I do.
Hey, it's fun.
Yeah, his brain works a little different, believe it or not, a little even more so than mine. He wrote this video, and if you go to the Wicked Rhody Facebook page, we will share it there. You can scroll back and look. It's going to be posted the day this comes out. And I never really even thought of this until I watched the video. Some people go to extremes putting the elf in different places. Oh, yeah,
it's a thing. It is a thing, my friend, especially if you go on Pinterest for elf on the shelf ideas. You will be blown away with the consideration, the planning that takes place for these elves to be in their wonky positions.
Well, I mean, this just further drives home, and I think I'm going to have to make another honest go at my, Christmas poop theory. But aside from that, the video is great because he's talking about the elf, but he's really referencing those who assist the elf in those situations. And,
Agreed.
Sometimes the elf is busy with work and doesn't have time to get himself into all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it
mischief.
Yeah, it starts off with his kids saying the elf hasn't moved in weeks, never moves. And I can imagine that there are parents out there who feel that way. What about, do you guys do the Elf on the Shelf?
We do not. Actually, my father had purchased an Elf on the Shelf for us.
But you threw him in a wood chipper. Good idea. So.
See you later, Elf. See you later. So, it had been brought to our attention that we could do the Elf on the Shelf, and I feel like I have a good enough relationship with Santa that if my kids are acting up, I can just give them a phone call. I really do. My kids, they have not been asking about the elf yet, so we have really lucked out. But let me tell you, if I were to have an elf on the shelf, I would request for a lazy one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And listen, you are very creative. your husband Blake, the executive producer of Wicked Rhody and a million other podcasts on top of his full-time job, he's extremely creative. I could only imagine what Revere-type situations he would put the elf into. Nevertheless, I don't think that I will be a person who would go for the elf on the shelf. Now, of course, our good friends who are celebrating 8 crazy nights right now, the Jews, have Mensch on a bench. Which is also a similar monocle tool to encourage good behavior during the season.
During the holidays, yes.
So if you use an elf on the shelf or a Mensch on the bench, please put a photo of the various situations you put them in, or just put a photo of the elf there and say, no, we got a lazy one here because life happens way too much.
That's right.
We would want to see that. We want to see that. Post that right up on the Wicked Rhody Facebook page. Use the hashtag Wicked Rhody, and I'm very curious to see what our audience is doing with that.
Agreed.
And listen, there will be no guilt. There will be no shaming. Matter of fact, if we may shame the people who go to extremes, just so you know.
I'll be in awe. I'll be in awe. It'll be
equal opportunity. We're not going to shame you because your elf is lazy. We get it. We understand. So if you tuned in while you're on the road working, or maybe you're just trying to come up with scenarios for the elf, just listen and enjoy the episode. If you hear something that piques your interest, don't worry. We've got all the links and info for you listed on our website, wickedrhodypodcast.com.
I love this wicked interesting pick that you have this week. Tell our audience what you've got lined up.
And I'm not even going to attempt to give an example of what this incredibly talented Rhode Islander can do vocally. Billy Gilman is home for the holidays. It's his annual Christmas show over at the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence on December 8th, Saturday at 7:30 p.m. This is a show that he has been doing, is his second or third year, but it's completely different. It's new, and I spoke with him a few weeks ago when we lit up Nibbles Woodaway, and he was talking about how excited he was. He's got a great band behind him. It's going to be a wonderful night, and truly, this is a wonderful Rhode Island event. Tickets are very affordable. They're available right now, but you could file this under so many different things. You could file it under Wicked Romantic, you could file it under Wicked Interesting, which we have done. But if you want to go see a wonderful hometown vocalist, singer with a great band, I mean, he was featured on NBC's The Voice, one of the finalists. And of course, years ago when he was a child, he was one of the youngest people to win a Grammy.
Yes.
For his work on a country album, One Voice. So he's no stranger to the big stage, to all the excitement, the hustle and bustle that it is. But he comes home, he's working on a bunch of different stuff. He's between here, he lives in Providence, he's between here and LA a ton, working on different things. So this is happening Saturday night from 7:30 to 9:30. Tickets are still available. The Dunkin' Donuts Center, Providence. It's Billy Gilman, home for the holidays Christmas show. That's our Wicked Interesting pick of the week. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the Wicked Fun in the 401.
Hanukkah is here, guys. It's here. 8 crazy nights. It, of course, started earlier this week. And we have a really interesting and fun event going on right in Providence. It is a Hanukkah-themed escape room. Escape rooms, of course, have taken the nation by storm. You get together with some friends and you try to find your way out of these crazy situations. So it's actually going to be at the Jewish Community Center in Providence on Sunday from 9 to 5. The goal is to capture the candles, of course. You have to solve challenging puzzles to find all 8 candles in the Hanukkah-themed escape room. You're going to raise race against the clock. It's about a 45-minute escape room to rekindle the Hanukkah miracle. So this is a great event for groups of 2 to 6 people, ages 6 and up, and they do want to have you reserve your space. So if this is something that you're interested in while you're listening, maybe you're listening on Thursday when this episode comes out, I highly recommend you go to our website and register, because this is going to be a really fun event, and it takes place, as I said, Sunday 9 to 5. So there are going to be families there. There's going to be people there on their day dates, all sorts of people checking out the Hanukkah escape room.
That sounds like just a great time, and I would think that you'd need to bring some props on your own, just maybe an extra dreidel or two, maybe a travel-size menorah.
You can wear a crazy Hanukkah sweater.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Perhaps a mixing bowl and a pug. I don't know. Just a bunch of random items you might need. It's kind of like when you go to the different Yankee swaps, or you just think like MacGyver. Okay?
The duct tape.
Think like MacGyver. Well, hey, listen, we got a great event also happening. Deck the trunks with lots of food trucks. That's right. Deck the trunks with food trucks at Farish Farm in Warren. This is a new event, all right? So you may be saying, what the heck are they talking about? You know how they do trunk or treats at various locations where you can decorate the trunks, and they create a safe environment for you to go and get candy from a vehicle. That's kind of what they're doing here, but it's a little different. It's going to be a new annual event over there at Farish Farm. They'll be open on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and you can participate in its first of its kind holiday trunk trimming contest. So you open the trunk of your car or the back of a truck, displaying holiday lights and decorations. They'll have about 50 or more cars on display with viewing, which will be free and open to the public. If you want to participate, you can register for $10 per vehicle, and the funds there will go to the David S. Farish Scholarship Fund. So the public viewing, so you come early, you set up. The public viewing will be from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m., and the contest winner will be chosen at 5 p.m. You don't have to pay to come to the farm. They'll have food trucks there. They'll have the trunk trimming display. And, there's always great stuff over there at Farish Farm. They have decor, trees, you name it, all the stuff to get you going through. And all the vendors at the food trucks accept cash, credit, and debit. Food truck season is not over, Mary.
That's right.
It continues right on through. They're figuring out ways, fun ways, interactive ways to do it over there at Farish Farm, right there in Warren. So check that out. That's happening on Saturday. You want to follow the links we got on the website for the information. It's just this is cool. I give a lot of credit. I love the creativity. So check that out.
People are still hungry. It may not be summer. It may not be fall. But it still technically is fall, but it feels like winter. But people are still hungry, and they still would love to check out these food trucks. So I'm happy that the season has been extended.
God knows I eat 3 times a day at least. All right, what else we got coming up?
On Sunday from 2 to 4, if you find yourself in the northern part of the state, you might want to head on over to Scituate High School. It is going to be the 3rd annual Christmas concert by the American Band, which is my wind ensemble. I'm a member of the American Band. There's about over 50 of us adults from the southern New England area. We get together. We have concerts throughout the year. This one in particular is our Christmas concert. It's completely free. We're going to be sharing different classical works, holiday favorites, and then this is actually a very big concert that Scituate helps us put on, and it's in recognition of first responders, so veterans, police, fire, EMS. So if you or a loved one is a member of the first responders, this is a great event to take them to, because in addition to it just being a jolly time, we also play some pieces that really help recognize them, and they do get recognized during this free event. So it's of course sponsored by the Scituate Art Festival and the town of Scituate. We're really thankful that they let us put that on. But if you wanted to kick things off in a holiday spirit, listening to some live music, this is an event that you definitely want to check out.
Totally. Absolutely. Check that out. All right. Free photo with Santa on Saturday at Cardy's Furniture in West Warwick. It's the last opportunity at Cardy's in West Warwick. And then on Sunday, it'll be in Seabrook, New Hampshire. So in case those are traveling, people do travel. But Saturday and Sunday, Saturday in West Warwick, Rhode Island, from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., it's free photos with Santa Claus. Well-behaved pets are welcome. Now, let me just give a little bit of tip, because I've been following what's been going on with these. Mm-hmm. They start at 11 a.m. The people with the well-behaved pets are usually there right at 11 because they know they can get the pet in and out. But you can come anytime and get your free photo with Santa. It's a professional photo. You'll take it home. You'll also be able to download the digital if you want to make cards or post it online, share it with your friends, families, whatever you'd like to do. But this is truly a wonderful thing. You know, you don't have to bring anything, but Carty's Furniture does have those Toys for Tots boxes in all their showrooms. And they're also working with Big Blue Bug Solutions for Operation Rovac. Remember, our vets at Christmas. Mm-hmm. So you can bring items for either, both. Whatever you can bring is always well appreciated. But it's on Saturday in West Warwick from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And on Sunday, if you happen to be up in the Seabrook, New Hampshire location or area, head over to the Carty's Furniture and Mattresses location there from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. for a wonderful, wonderful free photo with Santa Claus. There you go.
Love it.
No matter where you are in Rhode Island, you're never more than 18 and a half miles from either Massachusetts or Connecticut. So here's a couple events that are just over the border. Fun fact, Mary, I said this a few times in upstate New York because people who I were meeting for the first time said, wow, Rhode Island's kind of small. But let me tell you how small it is. It is huge to us. But
yes.
Here's the reality. So what is happening just over the border?
So if we've talked about the Polar Express before, we have a couple of different trains here in southern New England that do a fun Polar Express-like ride. Big fans of the movie in our family. We love the soundtrack. If you are a fan of the story of the Polar Express, you might want to head to Plainville, Massachusetts on Sunday because from 2 to 3, the author of the Polar Express, Chris Van Allsburg, is going to be reading the story out loud. This is going to be taking place at a venue called An Unlikely Story. And in addition to Chris Van Allsburg being there, there's also going to be the author of The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Jeff Kinney. He's going to join him on stage for a Q&A, and then there's going to be signings. So you could go and get the Polar Express or Diary of a Wimpy Kid signed by one of these two amazing authors. Also, you'll be getting a special holiday bell, and for those of you who know the story of the Polar Express, that is the gift at the end of the book. So it's really special that you get to go and see it. So if you or your loved ones love this story, or if you're looking for a really special personalized holiday gift, just head on over to Plainville. It's, like a half hour, 35 minutes away.
Not that far away.
It's not far at all. It really is just over the border for this wonderful event going on.
Now, have you ever been to the Unlikely Story location?
I have not. No.
I haven't either, but I've seen the photos on Facebook, and my sister has been there, and she says it's really an incredible location.
Oh, cool.
So check that out. It's a local shop. We like local.
Amen. That we do. Oops, that ended early. What? There we go.
Hey, there
Let's
it
put
is.
that flame back on.
Here we are. Ah, yeah. No matter where you are. That's not the right intro. It's the first date's anniversary.
That's right.
I get so flustered.
I know. Maybe you're under the mistletoe.
I'm not right now. No, I'm not. Them. Yes, perhaps. Maybe you're on a first date anniversary, just looking for something to create a little spark. Mary, they say laughter is one of the best medicines out there, and it's also the way to a lover's heart. I've never heard that. I just made that up. But I'll tell you what I have heard of before. It's Chuck and Brad. They have a fantastic podcast, and this year, once again, they are having a Christmas show. It's titled Chuck and Brad's Even Better Best Christmas Show Ever, happening at the Comedy Connection on Sunday, December 16th. So you got a little extra time. Sunday night, December 16th, from 7 to 10 p.m. This is a adult only, you don't want to bring the kids for this one. It's funny. It is funny as all get out. It's hilarious. They will have sketch, stand-up, improv elements, comedy, audience participation, and more. It's a comedy variety show featuring Jessica Lee, Jeremy Furtado, and Derek Furtado. I don't know if they're related, Derek and Jeremy, but let's pretend that they are. Let's pretend that they're identical twins, and when you go there, you'll be so disappointed. No, I'm kidding. They're wonderful. They're hilarious people. Chuck and Brad have been absolutely blowing it up with their involvement in different things. They were doing a bunch of panel hosting at the Rhode Island Comic-Con. They were even involved with New York Comic-Con at one point. But this event is happening on Sunday, December 16th. It's brought to you by Rhode Island Food Fights, Warwick Ice Cream Company, and Bonehead's Wing Bar, and of course your friends here at Wicked Rhody. And it's if you're looking for a funny show, you're looking for something different. If you really just want to enjoy and laugh a little bit right smack dab in the middle of the holiday season, check it out. Sunday night, Chuck and Brad's Even Better Best Christmas Show Ever.
So now that you've left the kids at home so you could go see Chuck and Brad, let's talk about
some events. With a babysitter. With a be responsible, people.
Right. Now, here are a couple of events that you can bring the little ones to. So, Frozen. We all know Frozen. I mean, the story of Elsa and Anna and, you know, what happens after Elsa can't contain her
I've avoided it like the plague.
Oh, good for you. If you're like me, it is a daily topic of conversation.
24/7.
My 3-year-old has told me that what she wants for Christmas is a big Elsa,
yes,
a big Anna, and then a little Elsa and a little Anna. So I don't really know what that means. I'm hoping that Santa can help me figure it out in time, because Lord knows what that means. But if you have little ones who love Frozen, you're going to want to think about heading to East Greenwich Saturday from 1 to 4, because it is going to be a Frozen performance by Simply Enchanted. It is going to be a screening of Frozen with performers who are in costume who will lead you along in song. The lyrics will be on screen just in case you do not know all of the lyrics to Let It Go by now. And you get to also be stars of the performance. So if your little ones have costumes, if they want to be Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, Sven the reindeer even, they can come in costume and be ready to do the sing-along with all of their songs. There's going to be lots of different surprises, of course, photo opportunities afterwards, so you can have a great keepsake. And this is taking place once again Saturday from 1 to 4 at the Greenwich Odeum right in East Greenwich.
Wow. I will gladly support that event. But I have another great event that you can check out. If Frozen's not your cup of tea, it is the annual free Christmas story time presented by the Bristol Christmas Festival on Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Rogers Free Library in Bristol, Rhode Island. This is an awesome event because you can stay for as long as you want. They have a couple different readers there, and it's just a nice chance to not have an electronic device in your hand, not be staring at a screen. It's an actual human, a person, reading a story for kids at a library. These are words that perhaps may not be a regular occurrence in your family, and if it is, this is a great way to reintroduce it. Reading is everything, being an author, you know.
Yes.
You know, I've written a book. I'd write a lot more too if that publishing deal will be coming soon. But the Bristol Christmas Festival, they just do a ton of events. This is a wonderful free event to come on out on Saturday. If you need a break, come on down to Bristol, 1 to 3 p.m. Rogers Free Library, right there on Hope Street. If you stay long enough, eat something at the local restaurants. And you can see all the lights because they have the street all lit up, and then you drive through Warren to see the streets lit up there. It's just the magic of the season. Folks, as we said at the beginning, everything we talked about today can be found on our website, wickedroadypodcast.com.
Make sure you're using the hashtag WickedRhody when you go to any of these events, or if you find something beautiful around the state. It helps people see the awesome things going on right here in Rhode Island, but it also helps bring awareness to our podcast episode. So remember, hashtag WickedRhody.